Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drone Solutions, the first flight of the Ebee SQ. Captain Trust Chihota is going to be calibrating the IME, so he's going to kick us off. Pre-flight check. So you can tell that the checks are ready because the light is green. It's a solid green.
Yeah.
So
on the
Pitochu, yeah.
And now I'm supposed to position the camera over the target.
Just like that. So there's a sound of it taking pictures of the calibration plate, and the color is still green on the Pitochu.
Right. Calibration complete. So let me just do it again because there's a bit of a shade.
There you go. So you did that again because of the shade.
Yeah, that part is done.
Does it say done on completed, or do you just accept what it's done?
Sorry?
What does it say on the screen when it's done?
It tells you that calibration is complete.
Okay.
Then it's not requesting me to do any new calibration. Ready to take off.
Ready to take off.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we did when we got here is to find out where the wind is coming from, and it also checked online to see where the probable direction of the wind will be coming from, as well as from the eMotion software, which tells you that the wind is coming from going somewhere in that direction.
Right, so now when you are
just clipping on one of the wings, the left one.
so just make sure that they are aligned. Then plug it in, and then take the other one.
Just plugging that one in.
Make sure that the aileron is.
So you have to make sure that these things are well plugged in, the 1 and the 2. Right. So before we got here, we had also done a flight path of this piece of ground. It's a place where they plant lawn to sell. It's about 2 to 3 hectares. So that shouldn't take us a long time. It should take us about 3 minutes for the whole flight. It's relatively clear of trees. There's only just the 1 or 2 trees right in the middle. So we make sure to go in the opposite direction when we're flying it out. Yeah.
Also to make sure that you turned off anything that can be emitting frequencies within the 2.4 GHz band, like the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, like the Wi-Fi on your phone and things.
So that's done now.
And I'll put your computer onto high performance.
Oh, okay.
The eMotion software is relatively heavy and selfish. So you need to put it on high performance so it doesn't freeze or slip up.
Now, what I've done is I've assigned the mission onto the autopilot. So I'm now going to
Say that again. You've assigned the mission onto the autopilot.
Okay. Mission for this area.
For the area, okay.
So the wind is coming from this direction.
Yeah.
So we're going to throw the drone into the wind.
Into the wind. Against the wind. It's always a tricky one.
Yeah. So
solid green. You see a solid green now? I see a green is flashing, so he's trying to adjust it. There you go. There's our drone. That's a perfect start.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a relatively good one. It goes up much faster than we expected it to. And now it looks like it's circling the start point, going to the initial waypoint that we had set. It is. Yep. It looks like it's on its way to start, because we had set it to start as soon as it gets to the start point. So you can actually see on the screen what's going on. It's taking its first pictures now. There's a bird flying right next to it. It looks like another bird, but much smaller. So these are fun times. It looks very vulnerable to the wind, very volatile, but it is on its way, fighting the wind, of course.
If you can see clearly, it's not pointed straight towards where it's going, slightly angle. This is to resist the wind.
Now it's gliding on nicely. Not very straight path, but relatively. You can hear the motor kicking in every time it's fighting the wind.
And then it also has to do like a bit of a shutdown so that the drone stabilizes, because as the motor is spinning,
yeah,
there's in some vibration to the drone. So you want the camera to be very, very stable.
Yeah.
So it will do some cut-offs. Right?
It's flying directly over us now.
Cuts off, takes a picture, cuts off, takes a picture.
It's moving quite comfortably. The turns are not as smooth as we'd like them to be, but that's why they call it a fixed wing. Yeah. It runs and it cuts. It's moving quite straight, quite nicely. There it is. Very nice. Very nice. So on it is what's called a multi-spectral camera. The Sequoia sensor with the RGB and the near-infrared camera that's used for us to then develop what are called NDVI maps. So the NDVI, which is an acronym for Normalized Vegetation Index, is what's used to calculate the photosynthetic capacity of a crop to produce food. So this is a very useful drone for, especially for agriculture, and it's gliding on quite nicely. Looking much more comfortable as it goes. Well, for us.
So now, what the sunshine sensor should be able to do is to pick that there is now a different light exposure.
Yep.
So that's why you have a sunshine sensor on the drone, so that it adjusts the image in accordance to the actual sunshine.
Is this first flight?
Yes, this is the first flight, and coming in to join us for the very first flight is Mr. Mbayana, the CEO of Fuzzy Holdings, and has come to see if the drone is actually flying the way it should be.
And also CEO of Drone Solutions.
Yeah. So it's going on quite nicely, turning. Looks much more volatile than we would have thought it would be.
Yeah. It all depends with the conditions where it's flying, the wind, and there's a region that you set where it's supposed to fly. You set up the ceiling and then fly down.
So we just have to be careful that when it's coming back, it's gonna land not on these wooden or metal tubes that are close by. So it's flying right above us right now. It's curving in. It's circling in while it's descending.
What it has done now is it has calculated the wind direction. So now it's going to go to the
other side so that it lands against the wind. Well,
you want it to land against the wind as well.
Yeah.
So now what I have is I'm holding on the remote controller.
Just in case it's landing on the wrong place.
Yeah.
There you go. And it's landed pretty much exactly where we had set it to land. Yeah, perfect flight, perfect landing. Just gonna take a look at it. Yeah.
Immediately after a flight, you're supposed to move the battery.
Yeah.
You don't want the battery, you don't want the drone to overheat. So,
because the camera is all probably very hot right now.
Yeah. So, unzip.
Clip it out.
And then you pull out the XT connectors. Pull the XT connectors and then not the cables.
Alright.
Store your battery inside or outside, wherever you prefer. I prefer to store them outside because I still have to charge them. So once you're done, take off your wings.
Yeah.
And then you're done.
Okay.
So once you get to the office, they take, if you've saved on the SD card, they'll take the SD card, you plug it into your computer, you take the images and then you process them.
Okay.
And then you can also take the images that were stored on the internal storage. You can connect the drone to your laptop via a USB mini connector.
Yeah.
And then get the data that you've collected. This is the camera from this is the Parrot Sequoia. This is the multispectral camera. So that's
pretty much done.
And then the autopilot is in here, where you have also your antenna and then the pitot tube, which is used for measuring the wind speed, the wind direction, and then you also have an LED indicator that will be giving you the colors that you need.
Okay. All right. Can I conclude? Can I hold this?
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first official flight of drones.